Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, if you can't already tell by the board behind me, I am going to be talking about another subject in the what to expect series that I've kind of got going on here. So, what to expect from your first year of A-level maths. Maths is different. And it's very different to most other A-level subjects, I would say, because it involves the least amount of writing. What? Kind of. It involves the least amount of words, definitely. Writing, I suppose, because there's like some that don't involve writing, like art. Actually, no, art involves a lot of writing, doesn't it? I wouldn't know, but art, I think, does involve a lot of writing. But anyway, you don't use words a lot in maths. You use a lot of numbers. So, I'm going to go through a couple of points and just kind of talk to you about my experiences doing maths. Yeah. So you may be thinking about doing it for A-level, you may be 4th year, you may be 5th year when you're watching this and going, should I choose maths? You may have already made that decision that you're going to do maths, but you still have time to change it and you're wondering, is maths right for me? So, yeah, let's get right into the video. So, as I usually say, I'm going to be spilling the tea on mathematics, but that doesn't work, like chemistry and biology. But this cup is full. I do have a maths cup with me today, with hot chocolate in it because we have some in the house, and I was like, I'm using some. Lol. So yeah, it's not tea today. Spilling the hot chocolate on maths. So, the first thing is calculators. So for SEA, all exams are calculator exams. There are no non-calculator exams anymore. That's gone, which is great, to be honest, because I cannot do mental maths for the life of me. So what calculator do you need? Let's start with this one. This calculator, you know, the classic. It has most, you could get away with doing your A-level on this calculator if you know how to use stat mode very well. You probably are able to get away with it. You have a plus bx, which is good, and you have one variable. So if you go into stat mode, you get faced with this menu here, and 1 and 2 will be your best friend if you need it. You have pretty much everything. You do have NCR as well, which is very useful. But I would recommend, if you want to do A-level, you can upgrade to one of two, or there's various calculators, but you should upgrade to either this one, which looks very similar to that one except different color. So this one here can solve triple simultaneous equations for you, can solve quadratics for you, it can do integration for you. Obviously, like, you need to have it within given bounds. It can differentiate if you know what your value of x is. Very good for checking, this calculator is. It can do logs, you know, all the things. It can do matrices, except this is good for further maths GCSE, but you probably passed that. But if you're not further maths GCSE, you can do matrices or also further maths A-level, but you're not going to be wanting this for further maths A-level. I'll cover that in the next one. So yes, this is a great calculator. I don't actually have the next one up because I skipped it as a further math student. I was like, oh, I'm going to need to skip that next calculator, and I skipped. Now, you do not need this. You do not need this. I got mine off eBay for 69 quid. Nice. This is the beast, as they call it. Like, look how thick that is. It's massive. It has a charger, and it requires batteries to be replaced often. You know, color display, backlit. This is my calculator now, and I absolutely adore it. It is possibly one of the best things I've ever bought in my entire life. It can do graphs. I mean, not for maths, but for further maths, it's very useful. And you can see a lot of things, like planar geometry as well. It's great. But yes, for a calculator, I recommend the Class Wiz. It's Casio White. Just type in Class Wiz, you should get it. It's only about 20 quid. And whenever I got this 2 years ago, when it was reasonably new, like as new as they got, and back then, you know, everything's more expensive, so this was about 15 when I got it. This one is about 20 and it's still very good. You can probably get it for cheaper on eBay. Someone will have finished with them. But yeah, these are the calculators you need. So then I usually say content, maths content. There is a lot. And I was pushed for time in class, but then again, I'm in a class with people who didn't do GCSE further maths, so I suppose that can also contribute to the fact that we were slightly further behind because the teacher had to explain everything. But so we start off with pure maths. It's my favourite. Things like graphs, calculus, basic calculus. What else do we do? Geometry, logarithms, binomial expansions. It's fun. I love it. I do really like it. Oh, trigonometry. The trigonometry is nice. Of course I'm saying that. But no, I did like that. And it's not extremely difficult. There's some difficult topics. There's some topics that are harder than others, obviously. But it's good. It is actually good. And it's not too bad. Like, would recommend. If you've done further maths, it's not a big step up. Like, maths to A-level maths, so maths to further maths to A-level maths. It's not that big of a jump. You'll be able to get an A pretty easily in your AS if you've just done further maths, because most of the content's the same. Mechanics, again, you'll have covered everything in further maths except for friction, and you take VT graphs a little bit further, like just a little bit further, but it's the same concept. And everything just kind of gets made that slightest bit harder, because of course it does. So mechanics is fine. We got through the entire of mechanics in like 4 weeks. Not joking. It was quite fast. Then statistics was also, statistics I taught myself in like 2 weeks, the whole thing, because we were off on quarantine. And so I taught myself all statistics. It's very easy. Well, actually, now that I say that, I had done some of the stuff in further math statistics this year, so some of it I'd already knew, but a lot of the probability is again further maths, so it's really not that difficult. Yeah, the content really isn't that bad. Look at the spec, it tells you pretty much everything you need to know, and you'll be fine. Honestly, you'll be fine. So what else? I usually talk about if there's any differences in exams. The maths exam, okay, it's different to GCSE in the fact that the questions are harder. You might feel more pushed for time. There are more questions in about the same length of time. You have lined. You like answer it on lines in the answer book. It's weird. As in, instead of it being blank at GCSE where you just write down your answers, no, we actually have like dotted lines to put your answers in. I'm not a fan of that. But they give you a lot of paper. Like, don't be worrying thinking, am I going to run out of paper? We'll have to ask for more. You won't, because like I can do the question in the bit of lines they give at the bottom of the page, but sometimes give a whole extra sheet of lined paper, like just on the back next page, and you're like, oh, okay, unnecessary. So yeah, it's lined, which is really weird. I'm not a fan of that, but yeah, that's the way it is. And then what else? Oh, your mechanics and statistics is an hour and 15 minutes. I only realised this recently when I looked at my exam timetable, and I was like, you expect me to do all that in an hour and 15? I was genuinely worried for a second. I was like, actually, it's not that hard. This was fine. Now that I've learned it all, like, you leave some of the statistics wordy questions to the end and you're fine. Yeah, it's not bad. Papers are easy enough if you practice a lot. If you've done further maths, GCSE, you'll find it perfectly fine. But of course, it is perfectly doable for anyone who didn't do further maths. Literally, YouTube is your friend. I've made a couple of videos for maths, but YouTube is your best friend. Like, literally just like look up the topic, and I guarantee you there will be a few videos on how to do that topic. So good look at that. What else do I usually talk about in these videos? Revision is doing questions over and over again. I have various books. Actually, I don't have my ordinary maths book in here, But okay, so for some questions you can use the Further Maths textbook, like the GCSE one, to start with a lot of the mechanics, a lot of the integrating differentiation. You can all just redo from this book. Also, I will say, this mechanics book, although it goes into a lot of detail about everything and goes a lot further than you need, is very good. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting the book. It's just called Understanding Mechanics. And then, if you really want it, and if you can be bothered, I hate this book with a passion. A concise course in A-level statistics. Wow, concise. Sorry, this is thicker than the chemistry textbook. This book is thicker than I am. Like, how many pages? There's over 650 pages in this book. Okay, yes, you don't need to learn all of it. So a lot of it's in Further Maths, and also is in this year's Maths and next year's Maths. But, whew, the book be thick. Like, no. But I have that. And a lot of maths books are very easy to pick up on eBay for reasonably cheap. There's a lot of also, like, you can, if you find the books from your spec as well, for example, say you don't actually have any, but I know EdXL do, AQA I think do as well. So if you find just the books on eBay, get them for pretty cheap, you'll be grand. And that's all your revision really. I feel like that's all we have time for today. I don't think there's literally nothing else to talk about. Maths isn't bad. Do it. Literally. You do it this year and drop it. What's stopping you? Or if you find out you really enjoy it, continue on next year. So, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, thumbs up. If you have any maths questions, maths related questions, comment down below about what is A-level maths really like. And I will try and answer every single comment, every single question. What else? That's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.